Just wait, buddy. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a if it works situation. So it's not best practice to like use CD or do something over here and then move the files, but if you can walk people do it, it works. So it works. Um, so yeah, as far as reproducibility, like one of the key things to remember is that imagine you're giving somebody just this folder. Yep. So they should be able to run your script from inside that, wherever they are on the computer. And so we just have to be careful about putting these objects are outside of it. So it's more relative to the backpack. Like, oh, I have a file there. So as long as you think of it as this discrete little theoretically put on a flash drive or somebody, podcast stuff is sense. Yeah, if you do it permanently, yes. So you don't want to like write something somewhere with file shares. Not say something's a message, but yeah, just note that that's kind of thug behavior, right? You, like presuming to think over as like you're having, but yeah, if you need to have explicit tapping or something in your script, that's cool for the stuff that one next time you start. So that's like a lot. Concerns. So you ran fly to actually work. Pretty cool software. It only works with the long with the Anapro leads. But it does better in humans than it is in real fast. You find yourself in a position of like something you have control or some say in what's the technology you use. It's just absolutely it was really boundaries. There's this we're going to be starting to talk more and more about the markets. Sort of using Oxford Nanopore is great technology, and it's really long range, but it doesn't have the complexity and depth. So it's like the same read a few times. Do a Lumina, you'll get really short reads, but it may read that same short read 30 or 100 times. But start getting that confidence. That's good. So Oxford Nanopore gets you really nice genome assembly, just a few gaps in it. But there's no confidence assembly. So the best method now for a real complete genome is start with Oxford Nanopore and start with scaffolding. You can sequence the same sample, then you can get that. So it's Illumina reads are so short, you kind of don't know where they go. So if you have a backbone that you can put them up against and match them, then you start getting confidence like, oh, this looks like read. You know, right next to this one. Now we've seen it 30 times. So that's why we just last year finished complete human published 24 years. Started in 2001, $3 billion taxpayer money. A year later, we got our draft genome. So Oxford Nanopore, especially for the long hack the genome, it's just viruses. Another 10% is bacteria, so most of the virus is bacteria. All right. So hooked up went okay. We ran it 3 times, 3 different environments. What was your favorite? You like the module, okay? So I like it too. If you find yourself wanting something to be a module, don't be shy. Email the HPC email address. You just ask, can I get this module on there? It's a nice thing to do, yeah. Don't assume, and it's a safe. They're not my own competitions, right? So they're not going to be familiar with all the software, so give them the help. Yeah, give me fly and good. Okay. You're going to get an email back a day later. What are you talking about? So I might as well just yeah, do it. You know, if it's something you think you're going to be using, if you're going to be assembling genomes, say, I'd like spades as a module, I'd like fly as a module, doing page stuff, you can Heroku, whatever software you want, that's your job. I need you to know how to install stuff without it being a module, because they say no, but don't, or maybe you need it right then, or maybe you have a different cluster. Yeah, if you like the module way, you're willing to wait a few days for them to get it installed. Yeah. It goes for everything we're doing in the rest of this class. So yeah. All right, on the module. Yes. That makes your environment. So today, I kind of wanted to keep it. I've got some stuff occupied. I wanted to keep it kind of free form and using that after the fall break. And have that kind of time to slow down and the question and answer is actually do some live coding and play around. So I'd like to start with that. You have enough to go. Sir. So Yeah, and this is your time. I'm happy to just kind of like fuck around on the terminal and do stuff. Direct me, questions, stuff you've heard about in other classes and you want to try, or methods or whatever. You have questions about things that you've done, or you're still looking after that. And you're saying we can say there's not going to this, like, I guess again, my scope, I think something six out like CV to different things in those spreads when you want to do different things. This is like pricing. But it always started on these on six. Yeah, I would do like dot dot stuff. Like I think for that kind of work, is that fine? Or it's fine. Yeah, it's just something to be a bit careful about. Because as you're doing that, you're doing it in your computer and your like system, and it's very easy to do something without thinking. Not point out working with somebody else. So I think just be cautious. The gold standard, of course, is to just run it when somebody else is. So if you've got your pipeline or whatever, you can go ahead and install stuff. You can install fastly on there or whatever. You can just try to run your pipeline with the computer and see what happens. Move assignment six just straight to your desktop and look at the parents. Like I was gonna go to what yeah, like how are we supposed to know like what level of structure is supposed to stay within? Is that just like in the program 5 seconds and then it's like I was thinking before when we all have like the same assignments like we do directly. And so we do, but our biocomputing directories are different spots. For example, mine is in my home desktop Git repositories. So when you expand PWD, where you say like, however, some of you are like home. So if I echo home, computing, that home, dollar home expands into whatever it means on the computer. So that was expanding into places I didn't know. We really worked on the HPC, but we all have high. So how could we get out of it? There was no need to set a main directory. It's what a lot of you have done. That's great. It works on my HPC account here. Not work on my other HPC account. There's here. Now if I echo home, that home becomes whatever my accounts. Get around it is you don't set anything directly. So that just you just assume that you can put this on the reading, all scripts non-dominant. This is 76. So you don't need to set it in directly because there's the pipeline is building inside of assignment 6. So it everything you like the pipeline runs, it's start there as it's pipeline.
So we can just assume like users might think this is the basis for so you can assume that we're running kind of in reference to that. Everything else.
Yeah, you kind of almost pretending. It's pretending, but you're kind of pretending that that's the only folder that matters in the world. Now, this one is a bit different because like we did some installation to like programs. It's okay to do that. You're installing it home. You're referencing it again from home, and it won't matter because it's that person's.
So the when you're using
It's something you don't worry about sharing with it. Another reason becomes a bit more stable once it's started working with that PC. Remember, there's like the scratch space and the home space and the PC space, so we have to start with where big files are going to scratch space. Storage. You don't need to set. So, then it makes it. The 3D project that we have. Now it may talk to stuff out there, but it needs to talk to it consistently.
it's another space. And you said
So from when you get into math, six. Okay, so if I'm in assignment 6 and I want to install 5. That we get 5. It's wrong drive. I only have like 6 of them. It's not annoying at all. You get more storage space. You just keep signing it. Okay. Okay, so I'll install it right there. Local building without installation. This is one I want. Fire and see. Trigger. Really 6 threads and I think it's a little bit. I would like to
There's 3 minutes.
Yeah, it does, it feels like forever. Having an echo is nice. Yeah. And there are little packages that you can also install that make it a one-line thing to have a progress bar. So, but you gotta install that, put it in the app, and then you've got like a little progress bar. Alright, so I'm here in Fly. Then there's my Fly. Okay, so if I go back up. I'm in assignment 6, there's Fly. I can just copy and move it. Never quite meeting. That's other way is yeah, that's I'm not gonna do that because I already have Fly. Then moves the whole folder. And then to add it to your path. Path moves path, colon. And then it would be the home programs. Wow. Yeah. So that's for the file executive. That's not it. This. Cool. Yeah, the tree is good. I don't think it's here on Laura. Yeah, so it's not auto installed by the admins. It is on every other cluster like that. So if you log into Astral, the tree is there, and so I don't know. So yeah, might as well. Because I'll be honest, it like bothers me that I can just put it in the run. It's not as nice. Those trees so much prettier. Okay, so they're gonna tell us that we need to say sudo apt-get install tree. That's lovely, and right now only those of you can do this. For the run of Linux. Everybody else, no. We go on the APSC, the answer is no, because sudo is super user. Okay, so what can we do? Because that would be really easy. Well, it. Yeah. Yeah, we need to find a binary and put into a program. Okay, so tree dash binary. Let's see, yeah. Again, they're just like, hey, I know you want to do that. So say after the cell tree. Okay, so we need to find the tree source code. Okay. Here it is. Right, you're on. Maybe that's the way. So I'm not seeing it. Yet. Ah. Started with pretty complicated stuff. That's all right. Gonna do this. So this is the GitHub repository. It's probably that. I'm gonna go into my programs just to make this about Instagram. It, so, what's the difference when you have the data counting and the computer? So just like since Git's gonna already be on there, you don't need PH that is what. Honestly, I mean, okay, well, we've got it now. What should we do? Maybe we have to make it. I see a shell script, a py script, a reading script, and then there's a bin with the binaries. And well, we'll have to access it this way because I can hear tree dot shape. Ah, it appears to work. Okay, so what can I do? I can put this into the path. I'll need to do columns. But also, I don't think I want to have to type tree.sh. I could just put a set of tree. So to rename a file, you move it to something different. So md tree.sh, just a tree. Take this. Right. Go. Nano on dash RT. And reset and so accept. I'm just going to go to my home directory and just say tree. Oh, and it works. Second batch. What's this one? Okay. What? Curious. I could have gone with that. No. Um, some reason. Bad. So try. I could have gone with that. Log out. Log out. Um. No. No, that's how you. It's like every other thing that I had. Is that the other four multiplied. Yeah, try source. About that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fast. I hit Control C. And tell you what this is. That's Look at this comment about yeah, all right. That's two of you. That's not that much. Who else? Also not looking. So I'm gonna guess this again. Oh, see my screen over. Alright. I renamed it to just tree. When I echo my path. Definitely see it's shown up green. It's like exactly all. Everything looked right. So we're missing like there's a dominant. What I would do to try this out would be go into where the tree program is and say real path tree. That would be the full path with the command. Copy that. And we can say alias tree equals and then it quotes that way. And then try to make it alias instead. After you've done that, then it works. Okay. So my short answer is I don't know why it's not working for you everywhere. That we should, but we take like half an hour to put it out there. Because we do think alias. This is another way of doing this. And so you would put this whole alias line in your dot dash RC. Yeah, so put that in there and see if it goes. Now, if it doesn't, that means the problem is with that. The preference is that once we start submitting jobs, we won't have our aliases. We'll have our path. But for little things like this, I mean, you're not going to have a big job or a tree. That's still kind of but you would add this line to your dot dash RC, and then you would exact dash again. You set either one in this. Mhm. Right. That means I'm even more confused. So I did not. Forget about that. It's always better for fun. Yeah. Mhm. So there's just like a typo somewhere. All right. That's it. So it's running through. Oh, wait, I see the bottom. Same, it's a directory, so it's actually tree slash tree. Because the alias is not just hitting that student directory in the tree lens, it also has to run program. No, because the path is that. So it should be able to find tree dot show. So you could try having just that literally instead of like yeah. when you're writing it inside of a script, we usually don't write it to the graphics. Because then the next time we run the script, we have it again. And then, so your path will be like this long. It's the same thing 30 times an hour. It won't hurt anything, but the minute it's ugly, and you have to go in. So best practice is to not have a script right to that. That was fine. So that's what else can you do?
So I think about it. And then I think it's still not the problem, and it's like 5 minutes. And I'm going to 5 to. But I don't know if this.
Message file oh, this because we said dollar path, not echo. It's very tree isn't.
I would read it.
Right. Let me see. Hmm. Okay. One. Right. With nothing there. That's just if that balance is. Boom. Oh, good. Alias. You put the alias in Bachelor C.
It's not.
This is a. Let's do this after class to figure it out because I can see it's spiraling into the next hour. Yeah. Okay, what else?
I feel like on the mental side of it, I was a little confused after kind of said that, the public here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that. So it must be like.
Go through like another Honda thing? Okay, yeah, let's do that. And then go into computing. Honda into this. Six. Mine's 15. So. Let's. Make a Honda bill for something else other than. Fly as a Honda bill, right? And you already got that set up. I don't, let's do one out of under. But I can't just say Honda. I have to do. So I've got to have Honda available, so that's module. Then I don't have that line memorized, I just have to copy it. Go back to. Six here. That one. That. Now I can say Honda create the name of the channel. The file Honda. That's my book for this. And I try to install software called the path or page, and then you go up there or whatever. It's from this program called Proca, which is like trying to assign gene meanings to genes. So it's annotated. So if it says, whenever I do the lesson, like differently, even I use that already. This is generalized, so the one that I would run for the real is the generalized one where it's like finding it. This one will always work on this system on this past. That's
That's always well.
You're talking about this one here.
Yeah.
So what does it reads it inside out, just like minutes? what does which conduct goes? The directory or where it's finding conduct in the path. And then I'm saying, give me the director name of that. And so I'm basically telling it to like go back one. And then I'm saying go back another one. And so that's what this kind of all expands to. It finds conduct, finds the directory that contains conduct, and then finds the directory that contains the directory that contains conduct. And then it starts from there, it goes into et cetera, and so since conduct comes in this like defining project structure, we know that wherever conduct is found, if we go back 2 levels, then we define et cetera. It's very bad. It is, yeah. So if you're running mini forge or Pond forge or Anaconda, any of these, it's all of that structure. And so I've never encountered a time when it's not. And if I did, I'd get an error there and it'd take me 5 minutes to realize what's happening. And find the right structure. So yeah, that's basically just getting me to here. And then get set up for project. All right, so I'm going to create this environment. I'm going to search in Biocomputing channel for a program called Google. Past experience. It's been a few years since I've installed this, but I'm pretty sure it's in Biocomputing. If not, then I check on the storage units. Is there really like I know I think we've added when it's saying this, but yeah, and it'll do it in the order. So I could just do another C here and say on the third or whatever. Is there really just like set it's set by whoever installed the mini storage. Yeah. So including the channel is nice. Somebody else is going to run this on a different computer that default might be different. So it's like, here's the oh no, it's good practice. In fact, I'm going to stop this. I do want to say yes to it. And in fact, Honda is really slow for installing. It's a fast version. That's it. It's been rewritten. I don't remember. I'm guessing, but I think it's been written in C instead of in Python. So it's fast. It's mono. It's getting knocked down. So, Rosie, what like big picture is going on in the next set like 3 years? Checking on this. Yeah, but in the code, what was it actually doing? Yeah, yeah. So, and we're not, yeah, we're not even loading that environment. We're just like creating a file, or actually a folder that has that environment in it, so we can access the data. So yeah, that's it. And look at all the garbage it had to get just to run Heroku. It's got to have all of this stuff. So you can go through and install all of these by yourself at one at a time, where you can say, I'm going to create. That's it. So that's super nice. if you got a module, it does the same thing, it's just different. So yeah, we gotta have music students sci-fi, we have both penny blocks. My socks. So let's add a second change. And mine was the on the it it found it, but it wouldn't like it. But if you type on it. I'm not saying it. Not in great. They've got safety measures. Um. Great. Little arguments. Just mess around. And lay off. So. Mine appears to work. So if I want to use for like that, what do I do? I'm gonna use conduct. Because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna activate mine. Put up that fine. Now. And then give it the attached page. There we go. How there is no command called the row though. It's broken up by advocates. Okay, well, we don't need to do this now, but we need to annotate the page genome. At the end. But I want to get out of here. Yeah, so now I can come back to this. I only have to install it. So my little environment lives in the main storage folder basically. And so anywhere in the HPC, I'm going to say on the activate. Look at him. This comes in real handy when you're running big scripts like through the I would hope not. That sounds like. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I will say you should not want that to ever happen. If you want to like, yeah, totally could. You could like be in a condo environment, create another condo environment, create it. Oh no, no, the amount of things that go wrong there, everything. Yeah, just go in, do your thing, go out. And so your script that you submit to the big HPC job scheduler would just have alignments like on the activate look and have your productive command on the deactivate. Calling up your throughout courses. Yeah. In that courses. Crazy environment. No, you could totally do that. So you could make an environment that has everything needed for Heroku and doing that. Just hope and pray that they don't require conflicting versions of some of their underlying software. If they do, they'll let you know. That can't create this environment in situation. And one that does everything you need. But then you're moving down the line to like Docker. That's what Docker does. Create the environment. Including simulating the computer. You ever ran into complaints about this study with all this other stuff? And you batch and swing and it's something that like you've been doing in the scripts. Yes. You can literally swing them and then you can include the players and everything. That's in the whole script. What's the point of like that script and then the next step? It can keep track of those output files also. Only run the things where the file is loaded. So something like Nextflow, I use Snippet. Basically tell it, here's all the files that will be put out. That it doesn't need to update them, just get that right. So it speeds things up. Yeah. If you won't rerun them, it's I use SnakeLink for that. I'm just working with R, there's targets package. That's the same. So you GitHub Actions. So I have some stuff that runs once a month. On Sunday, the first Sunday of the month, but this automatically runs GitHub running it. And it would take like 12 hours to run. It doesn't, because most of it doesn't need that's the place. Yeah. So the point is speed. I think I want to show you guys my you have so I've been working on lesson 7. It's not ready, but I'm not good at it. Really learning access. And we'll skip over that first little bit for now. Just look here at the SLURM. It's a funny sounding word, simple Linux resource utility. Simple Linux utility resource management. Okay, so this is how we actually start getting away from just the login. Been doing everything on the login now. That's kind of a no now, but it's been tiny stuff we got there. And so, in the future, the login node, just keep it around for debugging, for moving files, or doing like some graphic cuts, or or moving files into and off of. So that's these files that are the login actual clusters. And then for the sorts of things we've been doing is we've run little sandbox tests, right? We have a tiny amount of data, we're running it until it works, and we have it. That's awesome. Let's get it done, right? Then you have to wait in line. So the way to think about this is, let's say you've got 500 files. You need to assemble each one into their metagenomes or whatever. Great, do it on two. Just do it on the first 100 lines of each two of those. So you make yourself two fake little files. Just the first 100 lines. 400 everything will run in an half second. You'll see where the files are going. I'm sure you didn't have the file path areas. Nice. Once you've got it ready, then it's time to tell Slurm you want to do the real thing. So the way we do that is by submitting a Slurm script, and that's what it looks like. It's got this header. So right off the top, you're used to that one, bang and dash. That's normal. And then there's a hashtag sbatch. That does not get read as a comment line in Slurm. It's read as asking for resources, telling you what kind of job it is. So your script here, this is it. Echo hello world. You're telling me things like my job name, how many nodes I want, this physically, like how many boxes, like computers. Like, almost always providing mathematically parallel stuff where we have separate computers working on the same thing, talking to each other at separate points in time, sharing information. The number of tasks is the number of like separate computational pipelines you're going to be running. Again, until you get more into computer science, that's going to be. Then the CPU per task. This is how many cores you have. On Bora, they max out at 20. You need more, you can log in and ask them. Got access to all of those. And then time. Time limit for Bora is 2 days. That's 2 days and an hour and 1 seconds. You can also just put the number of minutes. I want 30 minutes. You could send them an email and say, I need a job. Runs 2 weeks. Maybe really. Then somebody have to go reserve you a slot. So yeah. Yeah. Which is why I just spent $50,000. So those will have a default of 2 weeks. Really, my students. I'm not figured out what I'm going to do. I can get them done with permit. So So yeah, 2 is the max for Dora. That's just set by the admins. Most other HPCs I've been on, it's been 3 days. Yeah, if you're assembling a big genome, it's gonna take more 2 days. For sure. And then it's 24. And then how much physical memory you're asking for, so it understands M and G. So I'm asking for 120 gigs. Right. How much is your laptop? 16, something like that. Yeah, sure. Great. 16 is good. You'll never ever be able to assemble the genome. So that's what HPC is for. It's just being scared of it. Then I'm saying, email me at these times. Failed again. I definitely want an email that fails. I just like to have it better. We all go to like stuff with filter. And who to email? It doesn't check this, so you can totally have it spam any email like that. And then -O and -E. That's our standard out and standard error. So there's no screen associated with this computer. The standard out can't go to the screen, it doesn't have a screen. So it needs to go to a file. And so this is, I'm saying, go home/logs, my job name, whatever it is. And then %J is special slang code for expand to the job ID. Every job gets its own number. So I'll have some thing called like home logs, whatever job name I decide, and then some number out. Cool. So we tell it where our standard out and standard error go. And then you can load modules, or you can say on to activate, or whatever it is you want to do to set up your environment. And then you have your commands. So this could be something like echo hello world. You could just run bash commands directly in your Slurm script, or you can have it call another shell script. So just like we did before with our modular pipeline, where we had 3 scripts. Honestly, that's the way to do it. It's ask for your resources and then just say, run this script. Not run this one. So here you go. There's your first Slurm dub. Copy that. And then do this with lesson 7. And first job Slurm. And the 5 extensions don't mean anything, but like they're not even good. Paste it all in. But do change the email address. Good catch. Look at this. It won't make it. You're gonna have to create that. Yeah. Now, I mean, if you have somewhere else you'd rather send your standard out, send it there to by all means. Get that directory and have your O and E lines up here. Send it there instead. Having one spot can be nice because it keeps the all clean, butterfree. We'll be looking to spend on everything people. That comes to the top of it, whatever gets assigned. This, And then, yeah, I'm gonna make your own logs. Okay, I've got my first job.slurm. It's submitted. It's S batch. All the Slurm commands just start with S. No. S batch takes care of that. Oh, I can't just say S batch. S batch, first job.slurm. There, and it's like submitted batch job 209,528. So that 209,528 is what's going to be the problem. You sit back and wait, and you say SACCT, S account. Who is running? Yeah, SQU. The auditors. Yeah, or the S account. Okay, it's because you've been assigned to your account in this class. So it's that if you do something terrible, that's cool. Yeah, probably not. They're probably going to need to get out there and leave it back as long as there's something. All right, so mine's completed, but that's all I did was sleep for 30 seconds and then echo hello world. But S account shows you what's going on and what's been in the past. SQ shows you everybody who's in the queue, not just yourself. So SQ, and all these users, how long their jobs have been running, what node it's running on. And you should. I don't see it in models. It's really, I got a feeling that downstairs. I think they're just like a direct dollars. Oh. I'm kidding. It's gonna be from 7. Okay, that's stupid. And first, I didn't quote it. So it wouldn't expand. My mistake. S batch. SACCT. It's already running. We're getting ahead in line real fast. We're not having to wait behind anybody. You know why? Because we're asking for 1 minute, 1 gigabyte, 1 pass, single node. Very low resources. You're at the grocery store, you've got a big cart full of stuff. Some lady comes up behind you and she's just out of a candy bar. You let her go first. That's what's happening. We're asking for so little that the Slurm schedulers, like, we can get these jobs out of the way. Literally just delay this in a couple of minutes. Put this one in, we'll delay that for today. So, yeah. I don't have a run yet. Oh, it has. Maybe it doesn't like the home expansion. I think what I would do let's try. Go there. Yeah, absolutely can stand the dollar sign. This last stuff. I'm giving. What if it doesn't really long? Actual, absolute file path. Yeah, 30 seconds here. That. Estimate track, and it's already completed. Yeah, there it is. So it's like it's filled up. I forgot to sleep because I didn't want to wait 35 minutes. Okay, we'll make this up.
Something like.
I mean, it went through. Here's the thing. CD 5 computing plus and plus 7. It's in this ugly directory here. CD. How do I get to it? I have to do the special character thing. There it's in the box. Here's my out. Hello world. That file is interesting. Well, as anticlimactic as that is, you could just submit the dog to a cluster and run it. It's pretty cool. Now all you gotta do is ask for 2 days and give it on the genomic stuff. 300 years later. Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah. So that's what I pick up next time. It's gonna be more better than I want to make sure we're good here. Got it. Got it. Next assignment, difficulty level. Get ranked up. Well, I stopped explaining things. Like, you should know how to do it. Do these 5 paths on the cluster. You're gonna love it. It's not harder, it's just more independence. So I want to make sure that we're like good. Got it. We'll see.